Hey, Doc. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day, and I'm excited and grateful that you've decided to join me for this powerful training. I'm your host, Dr. Matthew Loop, and we're going to talk about lucrative, low hanging fruit practice growth strategies to implement in 2025. So, give me the next 55, 60 minutes, and I promise you, you will learn things today that could easily add another 5 figures per month to what you do. So stick with me, shut yourself out of Facebook, Instagram, and be ready to take some notes. I will go relatively quick because I have so much content that I want to cover with you because I want to see you thrive and successful this year. Let me give some backstory real quick for those that might not be familiar. If we haven't met, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of who I am. I'm a chiropractor like you, investor, speaker, and the author of Social Media Made Me Rich. Here's how it can do the same for you. I've been teaching chiropractors how to use social media to grow their practices and create additional streams of income online since 2005, 2006, the MySpace days. So I'm not a fly-by-night consultant or Johnny come lately like you see a lot in the newsfeed these days. And what I've shared has helped thousands, over 8,500 docs, in fact, grow their practices very quickly using social media. I got started just wanting to help other docs. I was in practice and had to learn marketing and figure out all this stuff. And eventually I got to a point as I started to figure out social media, other friends were asking me what I was doing. I began showing them and they told their other chiropractor friends. And I kind of accidentally shifted into the consulting world. I thought, man, if I could help thousands of docs reach millions of patients, that's pretty amazing. And so that's what I did. And I've been called to speak on almost every major chiropractic stage and have had the opportunity to have my book featured in many different places. I also run a Freedom Alliance mastermind, the FAM, every Thursday with some of the profession's top, most successful doctors. And we implement new growth strategies and ways to help just make a bigger impact in the world. So again, I haven't been doing this like, as of yesterday. It's been a very, very long time, over 18 years helping docs and training them how to get 20 to 50 plus new patients per month from social media. I've privately coached docs like yourself how to create 5 figure per month income streams with affiliate marketing, buying established businesses, selling online courses, software, Amazon, coaching, consulting, books, apps, membership sites, and the list goes on. And I've taught them a set of skills that pays them for life in any economy, up or down. So when you really dial in social media, you have the opportunity to get some amazing features. And I've had my book and my speaking gigs and just my content featured in so many places in the media over years. And this is what I teach chiropractors how to do. And if you really understand how to use the internet, it can take you to some amazing places and align you with influencers that can help spread the chiropractic message far and wide and or give you a bigger platform. I've had the opportunity to share beyond Sir Richard Branson's island. Imagine a billionaire philanthropist serving you lamb tandoori in a pirate costume of all things. Just unique experiences. Getting into interview Dr. Oz, for example, asking him about social media censorship and lots of hot topics. Suzanne Summers, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Dr. Peter McCullough, who's just been an outspoken advocate of freedom and human rights over the last many years, Tony Robbins, Evander Holyfield, boxing champ, 6-time Mr. Olympia. He shared the stage with me at our Bahamas event. So I say this to you to really impress upon you the power of where social media can take you. And if you align the right way, there's just no limits to what you can absolutely do. Every chiropractor certainly wants different things, but you can apply this at the level that you want. Now, before we get into the content, I just wanted to share I'm hosting an event in Las Vegas. This is our first time doing an event in Las Vegas. We've been running seminars for, oh my gosh, over 11 years. And we're excited because we're going to do something the day before the event, something experiential. We haven't figured that out yet. We're in talks with the Bellagio as well as the Wynn. We don't have the location totally dialed in yet, but it's going to be one of those two. March 29th is the day to write down. So make sure you write that down. Tickets are on sale, though, and you can actually save an early bird. So if you know you might want to meet me in Las Vegas for a cool social media profit training, plus something experiential the day before, just email Anna at info@dcincome.com. So info@dcincome.com. We also host a training in Atlanta every year. This is our flagship social media revenue summit. This year it happens on August 16th. In ATL, you can go to profit365.org/SMRS to learn more about that. 6, 7, 8-figure docs from all over the world typically converge at this training where I share ways to grow your practice, new cutting-edge strategies, plus ways to create additional streams of income online. We have 59 tickets left, and it is still the early bird. Our mastermind members, private coaching clients, and previous attendees have already had first dibs, so we still have some of those that are left at this point. Porsche Experience Center was where we plan on doing it again. So just an FYI to get you in the mood and experience some speed and ultimately high leverage growth strategies. Now, I wanted to really get into some of the content, but before I thought, let me give you some quick wins that I know you can see immediate results on Monday morning with what you're doing in practice. I don't care what type of practice you have, you can implement this ASAP. So the first thing is increasing your fees. Some of you haven't increased your fees in years, but this should be a yearly thing anyway. And to give you an idea of how powerful this can be, of course, inflation, everything's going up, so your service fee should go up, and it's more than worth the price that you charge. But let's say you're at 150 visits per week and you charge $60 per visit, or you average that. If you just raise your fees, your price by just $7 per visit, you'd be collecting $1,050 more each week. Multiplied by 4 gives you an extra $4,200 per month. That's how it is. And people are not going to balk at a $7 increase in the fee. So this just is beneficial to you. Plus, you can deliver more back in the patients. Next, what was your best month during the last 2 years? Sometimes we get caught up in the shiny objects and we totally stop doing things that were working well. So go back over what you've done the last couple of years, and you might be surprised there's been a month that was just outstanding where you're not doing something anymore that you should be. Ask for referrals from your happy clients. I have some of my clients, my goodness, they'll get 20, 30 referrals per month, not including the social media new patients that come in. So having a good system, turning one patient into 2 or 3 can multiply your return on investment with any other form of marketing, including the internet. So you have to get that immediately in place in the practice. Heavily focus on improving your retention and reactivation. I know new patients are the shiny object, but if you just improve the back end, you're going to have people that stay for longer. They're going to get better results, and ultimately, it will increase your collections. And you also should think about offering a one-to-many program with your patients, whether it's a coaching program, masterminding. I mean, if you have a list of 3,000 patients and only 100 of them were on some type of membership for, let's say, $100 per month, my goodness, that's an extra $10,000 per month you could easily create. And I teach docs how to do that in my private coaching program, but I just wanted to plant the seed in your mind. Now, so as you get one of those or all of those quick wins in, I wanted to make the point that we as a profession need to communicate and market like it's the year we actually live in. Now, if that makes sense to you, if you agree, just type in yes in the chat. You know, if you were doing, let's say, if you're 20 years ago and you weren't in the yellow pages, people would look at you as suspect, outdated, and not of touch. Same thing now on social media. If you don't have a large presence, not just Facebook, but everywhere, you're going to be viewed as suspect. And who wants to see a perceived out of touch and outdated doctor? No one. I mean, you wouldn't do it either. So think of how a consumer might look at you that way. Now, I love to set up my online pillars like the Parthenon. In case one goes down, you've got multiple supporting the structure. Now, in what we're doing, there are so many different ways to drive traffic. Search engine optimization, getting your website ranked at the top of Google, reputation, social proof management with Google Maps and Yelp and things like that, pay-per-click advertising, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, AdWords, LinkedIn, Spotify, you name it, they all have their pay-per-click channels, organic social media marketing, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Threads, online video like YouTube, TikTok, live streaming apps like Facebook Live, blogging, microblogging like X, which was formerly known as Twitter, photo sharing sites, Instagram, Pinterest, search engine or social search optimization, which is getting your social content ranked in those social networks really, really high for the search. Search GPT SEO, AI SEO, which is going to be taken over real quick. Podcasting, news releases and publicity, joint ventures and partnerships where you're aligning with other business owners, sharing the message, solo ads, social media shout outs. So you can see there's a very long list of traffic strategies that you should have in place. Of course, not all of these happen overnight, but one by one, you can dial those in and make a massive impact. Now, according to Statista, the user count on social platforms in 2024, you can see 3 billion on Facebook, 2.4 billion on YouTube, 2 billion on Instagram, 1.5 billion on TikTok, and the list goes on, right? So this is where the attention is. And if you're not doing anything on social media wise, you need to really pay attention. And if you are already successful, sometimes the little tweaks and adjustments in your strategy can make you that much more effective. But this is where the people are, so you have to maximize it. Now, one of my challenges to you is to commit to doubling the amount of traffic, aka website visitors, you're getting to the site itself, to your offers, to your content. Just by doing that alone is going to increase your bottom line. Now, where should you post on social media? That's actually a great thing to know. You need to post on Facebook, Instagram Threads, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, tweeting. Now, in all of these different channels, there are different areas to post too, like your regular Facebook posts or your stories that expire after 24 hours. Some people don't even go to the regular posts anymore. They just only look in the stories. Live videos can tend to get you extra distribution. Reels, if applicable. Now, some of these algorithms are totally different, but this is the general rule where you or a CA should be posting and repackaging your content. Now, I've already encountered any obstacle, challenge, or bottleneck that you will face with social media, marketing, or advertising, and we all have blind spots, including me. This is why I have coaches and mentors, and this is why I'm sharing this information with you, so you can learn a lot from my experience and the thousands of clients that I've worked with. When it comes to social media, though, in marketing, complexity is the enemy of profitability. So if it seems too hard, then something is missing the mark. You don't have to have any sophisticated, crazy funnels. The content today is applicable to any type of practice, by the way. If you're subluxation-based, if you're neurology, if you do weight loss or functional medicine, it's anyone seeking fast growth can apply these. Here are some social media strategies that will always work. It doesn't even depend on the year or the time frame. This is true evergreen. Have a strong hook in your content. Attention-grabbing headlines from the start, whether it's an ad headline, whether it's the first 10 seconds of your video. You never open up a video and say, hey, this is Dr. Matthew Loop, and I'm going to talk to you about, blah, 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 blah. No, you have to open it up with a pattern interrupt, a question, or something that's going to grab them by the throat and hook them in for the rest of the content. That first 5 to 10 seconds is critical. Social posts help you, or comments, I should say, help you more than likes or shares because it takes more effort. The more comments you get, the more free distribution and visibility you get in the Facebook newsfeed. You're going to have to adjust your content strategy for each social network too, by the way, because some of these strategies and methods, like LinkedIn, for example, totally different ballgame, and what works on Facebook might not work over there. Talk about new stuff, what's trending in the news, and I'll get to that in just 1 second. It's not about the number of followers, by the way. It's about the engagement. I could share with you million-dollar earners right now that only have a few thousand followers on social media. Likewise, I could share with you YouTubers and plenty of successful chiropractors that have, they've got millions of followers, but they're not monetizing it, not even close to how they should. Lo-fi content typically performs best, by the way, where you get 30% plus more engagement, so you don't have to go crazy, sophisticated, fancy, professionally shot. Respond to comments or have a team member do it and the regular post because you're going to get way more organic distribution for free. And then focus on keeping people on these platforms. They reward you when you keep people on, let's say Facebook, for example. They reward you with lower costs, usually, and greater visibility. Those are things to keep in mind. Now, low-hanging fruit, of course, if you haven't dialed in your Google business profile, Google Maps, this is one of the top priorities because it sets a foundation for every single thing that you do. People buy doctors like they buy books. On Amazon, they want to see the feedback. And of course, if you've got 3 times the amount of reviews than any other local competitor and you rank in this 3-pack, you're the only logical choice. Like I have a private coaching client here that has 792 reviews, 75 and 31. Who's the only logical choice that's in this scenario? Exactly, right? So we want to stack the deck in your favor. If you don't have 3 times the amount of reviews and competitors, you need to really get that in motion. Ask people every day in the office, make sure that your face-to-face, your compliance is going to be much, much higher. And I've got a great protocol in my social media elite training for that. Next is another powerful low-hanging fruit strategy, my New Year 3-day email sequence / text reactivation. You couple both. You're going to run this January 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's a 3-day sequence. You send it out Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because those are the highest traffic days online in the second week of the new year. People are enthusiastic about their health resolutions. They want to be healthier. So it's a perfect time to capitalize on that momentum. I could share with you success stories of docs getting 7, 12, 19 new patients or more in 3 days with this simple reactivation sequence. Now, of course, you'll modify it to a new year, new you type of setting, especially if you've sent this out before. And I've had clients do this religiously over, my gosh, the last 10, 15 years, send the sequence out. It works really, really well, especially if you have an active list. If you go to dcincome.com/blog/script, dcincome.com/blog/script, you'll be able to download it for free. Let me give you some content creation resources. This is a lot of what I see with chiropractors. Sometimes they don't know what to create. Maybe you have a mental block sometimes as well. But websites like answerthepublic.com, YouTube, TikTok, and chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Claude, they can help you so you have endless content supply, not to mention the frequently asked questions that you get in your office on a regular basis. Now, if I go to answerthepublic.com, for instance, and I just happen to type in scoliosis, it gives me questions, prepositions, and phrases that people actually ask Google. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. It tells us exactly what people are searching for. You can post this content on all the social channels, but it's an easy way to figure this stuff out where you don't have to, again, fly by the seat of your pants. Same thing on YouTube. I can go with filters and search to the highest viewed videos on any given topic. Very, very simple. Create a content calendar going into the new year. This is what the difference between a lot of high 6, 7-figure docs have versus those that are just struggling to get by. Get a content calendar. Now, I went to ChatGPT and I just typed in, act as a chiropractic consultant, give me a social media marketing calendar for the next 30 days or something like that. And here's what it brought back. And this is October. Week 1, education and awareness, introduction to chiropractic, before and after showcase, patient testimonial, treatment highlight, fun fact Friday. Lots of great ideas where I can share this with my team, and it's practically done for me, and I just have to create the content. I'm not going to go over this entire calendar for you, but you can see just how cool this was, and it took me seconds to do. Not a big deal. Behind the scenes, infographics, limited time offers, testimonial Tuesdays, FAQ Fridays, selfie Saturdays, and the list goes on. Again, you can watch this replay, stop these video slides. I know I'm going to go relatively quick over some, so you can stop these slides just to get more detail and figure out and write everything down if you want. Of course, you should mix up your content, images, videos, infographics, text-based posts, monitor the metrics to see where you're getting the most engagement, and you can adjust accordingly. Be consistent with all of your posting, and you can customize the calendar based on your practice, the unique offerings and goals, for example. Now, something that you have to really understand about what's trending this year and in 2025 is AI content is not going to generate and rank as well as human written content on the search engines. Google's very smart. So they've kind of hacked into this. Now, I'm not saying you can't use ChatGPT and other AI programs, because you absolutely should. More business owners are going to use and leverage AI. If you're not using it, you're going to be way behind, and you certainly can't keep up with the volume. So it's got to be a part of your regular protocol. In fact, I created a whole course called ChatGPT Marketing Secrets for this purpose. You've got to know how to leverage it, but you don't want to just copy, write blog posts with ChatGPT and have that be the only thing, because you might get a lot of duplicate content, and Google can sense it's AI, which won't rank as high. 88% of marketers plan on investing the same amount or more in leveraging AI in 2024. What you also have to know about what's trending is the search generative experience, SGE, is going to negatively impact SEO for many. And sometimes this is going to create 15 to 25% organic drops in it. And we're already seeing it with keywords and phrases that are more global. For instance, I just randomly typed in how to lower blood pressure without medication, And if you see, you get this AI overview, which knocks all the other listings down. I suspect this is going to happen in the local markets as well, which is why I'm giving you the prep. Remember what I said before about having your pillars, your traffic pillars like the Parthenon, in case one goes down or it's affected, you need to use other structures. This is kind of how it was before and what it's going to look like after. So it's really pushing everything down when it comes to the AI search generative experience. Short form content totally rules on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Nothing really changes there. People are more used to consuming shorter bite-sized versions. And I will say video captions always increase conversions. In some studies, up to 64%, which is insane. So if you're not using simple caption apps, I mean, there's so many of them out there. iPhone's got captions for talking videos or CapCut. There's just, AI programs, there's just so many that you can use to create captions. There's just no excuse. Most people are going to watch the videos with the sound off anyway for a good amount of time. Piggybacking on trending news topics, local or national, to gain more visibility. Your favorite influencer likely does this, in fact, so you want to do it on a regular basis with some of your content. This is applicable to any YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. You're trying to find something that's just hot, that just dropped, and you're adding comments and adding value to that subject. And it's one of the best ways to get thousands to millions of free video views and subscribes on these channels. And I've had videos that have gotten millions and thousands of subscribers in a day. Other clients, the same thing, just because of one simple boom, piggyback news trending video. So incorporate that into your regular strategy. Now, when it comes to AI, this is a massive and huge topic that we really have to address from a lot of different angles. You've got ChatGPT, which is the most popular, free and paid. You've got Grok, Google Gemini, Bing AI, Jasper AI, and the list goes on. Tons of programs out there now, and it's only going to get even more. Think of chatbots as time savers. Using natural language processing. We're in the infancy of this whole thing, and what it does basically is it goes around the internet. Think of a neural network, essentially. So if I type in something in ChatGPT, it scours the internet or books and gives me the information in a very usable and digestible format, allows users to ask questions, tell stories, and the bot comes back with relevant, natural-sounding answers. It's designed to make a human conversation. So whatever it is you want, type in as a command question or what they call a prompt, and it works for any type of business or practice as well. So this is a typical interface you might see on ChatGPT, where you can enter in a question, prompt, or text in this little box. And I'm going to give you a bunch of examples. I'm going to forward and be fast through some of these. But on the replay, like I said, you can go ahead and stop the slide and look at everything that I've laid out, because I just wanted to give you so much value today that that you'd have. So they can simplify many actions and do in seconds what normally would take you hours or days to do. So here are some of the things and possibilities that you can insert into ChatGPT. I could have it write a business plan for me. I could have it write computer code, write blog posts about herniated discs or whatever treatment option, and be very specific. I could research the most popular books about healing and the thyroid gland, for example, using a holistic approach without drugs and surgery. Act as a functional medicine doctor, write a table of contents is what I told ChatGPT. And it came back in seconds. You can see what it brought back. Boom. Even gave me a sample title of the book. Now, of course, I would go through all of this and make sure that it was totally unique and original. There was no plagiarism and whatnot. But you can see how quick that it gave me all this information. The different parts of the book, herbal medicine, essential nutrients. I could do this again for chiropractic or really anything that I wanted to. Just phenomenal of what it brought back. I could have it write a short video script of chiropractic and how it can help with headaches. Give me the examples of the best chiropractic websites that rank high in terms of SEO. Best Google AdWords headlines. This is a simple script that I had it write about headaches. 1-minute script, and it even gave me some ideas for camera options as well. Very, very easy. Pretty impressive. How about the Google headline examples? And here's what it brought back. Say goodbye to back pain with chiropractic. Get natural relief from headaches and migraines with chiropractic. Get back your active lifestyle with chiropractic. And all of these other great ones. Here's a bonus ChatGPT prompt. Write me a kind, compassionate, and logical letter to patients, letting them know why we have to increase our treatment service fees. And it brought back this beautiful letter. You can do the same thing. Like I said, now is a perfect time to increase your fees in your practice. You can't put a price tag on what the chiropractic adjustment is worth and ultimately what health is worth anyway. But as you read this letter, I think you'll be surprised and amazed how good it is. Here are 11 tasks that ChatGPT can automate for you. Writing, you can have it write blog posts, social media posts, and many, many other things, poems. Searching, search issues with mobile apps. I mean, like just like you would use Google, essentially. I am starting to like this even better than Google now for many things. Researching. I can use this to research. I believe I included a slide in here, for example. Find me scientific research that discusses how sitting is the new smoking. And it brought me back all of this research. Now, I would double check to make sure this research is in the actual journal article that it said it was. Sometimes there's an issue there, but it gives me a lot of great information here to go off of. And then I did a follow-up prompt off the research. I said, now act as a chiropractor or physical therapist and give me several different exercises that counteract the effects of sitting at a computer all day long. And it gave me a bunch of different exercises that you probably already recommend to your patients. The list goes on. And I gave it another follow-up prompt. I said, okay, now give me a 1-minute video script outline to demonstrate the seated hip stretch and the benefits to the viewer, and it did just that. So I think you get the idea of how powerful this can actually be. Now, you can use ChatGPT certainly to inspire you to brainstorm new ideas, to personalize job descriptions, and a whole host of other stuff for marketing and social media designs. You can use it to create with AI image generators like DALL-E or Midjourney or so many other things. Role playing, act as a real estate agent, act as a consultant, act as a, whatever you want, and it will go and act as that particular role and give you information and expertise based on that role. You can use it to summarize. I mean, if I have a long email that's a book, I might just copy and paste that email into ChatGPT, have it summarize everything, and I get the point in like 2 sentences, and I can respond as opposed to reading a book. You can use it to analyze survey results, keywords, do competitive analysis, synthesizing articles, and so many other aspects, and even advising, for example, on different uses. But I will caution you, and I will say this. I did a sarcastic post not too long ago on social media about ChatGPT. I said, now that all of you are millionaires by using ChatGPT, listen, you can use it for some amazing things, and you should use it as your assistant, but it never takes the place of real-world experience and advice from seasoned coaches and mentors. It's just not that advanced yet. You can get good ideas, but we're not that far along. So here's some more other ideas: solving tricky math problems, writing jokes, support, relationship advice. I mean, again, the list goes on. Just want to give you a short list of what you can actually do with the chatbots themselves. Now, right now, because we're at the end of the year, some of you take insurance in your practice, and this is a great time to let people know that, hey, you've got only X amount of insurance visits remaining. We accept these insurance policies. It's low-hanging fruit. People need to use their benefits. And the same thing in the beginning of the year, right? So having ads that really target your people that you accept insurance, this is a common objection and question people have. So definitely implement something like that and even boost the content to your followers. For many docs, Facebook and Instagram advertising effectiveness is dwindling because markets are becoming more saturated, and they've used the same one-trick pony ads for years. And unfortunately, that's been a slow one-and-done strategy. This is why you can't just put all your eggs into somebody that learned and took a course on Facebook 2 weeks ago, is now teaching or has an agency. This is where a lot of docs get burned. You have to understand foundational principles. And this is what I've been teaching and coaching docs for a very, very long time. Now, the cool thing is you still have access to the ads library where you can research and reverse engineer other chiropractors and what they're doing, and making sure you're not duplicating any ads or that your stuff doesn't look similar, that it's getting drowned in the newsfeed, right? This is happening to a lot of docs because they don't do the research. So you can go and look at the Face Ads library and make a list of your 5 competitors and see what they're running. Now, your goal should be to launch at least 1 short form video per day to start, uploading it to all of the channels. like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all those short form channels. The biggest opportunity for paid media, a lot of you have dialed in Facebook ads already, but you've still got Instagram. Let me go back here. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If you've got something that's working on one channel, make sure you run it on the other channel. Google AdWords, LinkedIn ads, plenty of opportunities to pay for advertising to get more people. And by the way, you should always be advertising. You should couple the free stuff with the paid ads. That's how you reach way more patients that you could ever thought possible. I can flip a switch and reach, hundreds of thousands of people in a week versus a doc that's doing screenings for their only method. It just makes sense. Now, social media advertising mistakes. I don't have time to go over all of these right now. So like I said before, catch the replay. You can stop it and you can see all the mistakes that are happening, certainly from boring headlines to the, selecting the wrong objectives to having an audience size that's too big or small, relying way too much on interest targeting, not creating several different custom audiences that you can follow up with, not having an offer that actually fits your target audience, using images that blend in as to differing images that you should be, personal style images, expecting social media ads to convert like AdWords and failing to measure and monitor these ads consistently, which if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. Or if you're blindly delegating it to an agency, there's a large probability you might get burned because you can't track it. Falling victim to ad fatigue, not knowing when to refresh, not split testing, so many ways that docs are making mistakes. As I referenced previously, though, simple is many times better with the social media ads and promotions. Case studies, testimonials, and demonstrations will continue to drive more leads, engagement, sales, new patients, and credibility. This is a marketing strategy as old as time, and I'm sure you've seen this video. Dr. Ian Rosper out of Australia, great case study video, changes this kid's life. We have people that come in like this all the time in the practice, but why aren't you documenting and filming this stuff? It's insane to me. One video could blow up organically, go viral, and you have tens of millions of views. This is one of my other private coaching clients, 64,000 views. It went viral organically, plus we actually paid to get more visibility, and this was bringing in new patients left and right, and even OBGYNs saw it and were referring. Tons of likes, tons of shares, all this other stuff. One of my other clients, Dr. Andy out of Omaha, we used his personal story. He's got a big pediatric practice in the area, and so many people in the comment section raising their hands, wanting to come and see him. Thousands of likes, and my goodness, I think the post, last time we checked it, was probably at, a few 100,000 views to the post itself. So if you have a story that really compels, and sometimes you can include an offer at the very end, but other times you don't need to because it's just a compelling story, those alone, if you do them correctly, like I teach, can flood your practice with new patients, even in the most saturated markets. This isn't about sophisticated funnels. You've got to know how to reverse engineer what other people are actually doing in the marketplace, so you have different stories in that regard. Now, list building is the core of everything you do online, and you should make it a point to get people off of social media onto a list that you control. What I'd like to share as well is I'm going to share with you some common denominators of my most successful private coaching clients to give you a head start. Now, they consistently spend $1,000 to $4,000 per month in just their ads because they're committed to reaching more people. They're super fast follow-up with leads with under 30 minutes per. They run between 6 and 10 advertising campaigns at a time and have a marketing calendar. Now, they produce between 7 to 14 short videos per week for their team to upload to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Once you get a system in place, you shouldn't be uploading anything. You should have a team member do it or outsource that distribution component. Their content is more personalized with photos of them. It's not generic stock images. They have in-action shots. Lo-fi always works better. They never solely rely on organic. You'll hit a ceiling, I don't care who you are, if you only rely on organic marketing, the free stuff. You have to fuse advertising. They have 3 times the amount of Google reviews than their closest competitors. They usually boost at least 1 post per week to their Facebook page followers. If you're lucky, 10%, 20% of your followers will actually see any given post, which is not a lot. They always get their hands dirty before they delegate, always, so they don't get burned. They they use multi-channel marketing and advertising to be omnipresent to dominate their respective markets. Now, this is one of my private coaching clients, Dr. Tiffany, and she talks about easily 14K more per month nowadays, thanks to you. I think we'll blow all of our new patient visit records and collections out of the water this month. You guys should really take advantage of the open coaching spots. That's Dr. Tiffany Coronado. I've had the privilege of working with her. Dr. Cameron, everything you've taught us over the last, everything you've taught us is worth its weight in gold. We've never had anything produce business growth like this in 28 years of practice, he says. Now, let me give you the exact strategy we actually used for him, just to make it very transparent. First, we set a goal to hit 3 times the amount of reviews than his competitors and put systems in place in the office to achieve it. Then we utilized the email reactivation sequence that I talked about earlier with his list of 2,200. He had 7 reactivations immediately, which was a quick 5-figure payday essentially. Then we dialed in his ideal client avatar, starting running Facebook ads with a combination of problem-specific, personal stories, testimonials, demonstration videos. We're gently adjusting patients, and 5 to 7 campaigns were up and running at a time. Once the Facebook ads were producing a steady stream of leads and patients, boom, onto Instagram to add that other layer. No crazy sophisticated funnels. And my next suggestion is going to be to run ads on TikTok because we've already dialed in the other stuff in, right? Dr. Kurt and his wife Peggy White, after a couple weeks, we started 13 to 20 new patients per week every week, and they were just getting started. So every market's different, and I certainly can't promise you like 13 patients a week, but I can promise you if you implement these strategies, you have no choice but to grow. That's guaranteed. It's just about getting one system in place, one at a time, and layering on as you move forward. Now, more testing is going to be required for certain markets with social media marketing and ads. There's no getting around it. And, if you want my team to help you with that, you can visit profit365.org. We don't accept a lot of docs for this because you should know how to market and advertise before you delegate, but we can certainly help you. Now, consumers still choose the small business or chiropractor with the largest footprint online. So, hey, that's great if you've dialed in Google or Facebook, but you've got all of these other channels, Instagram, TikTok, that you have to have just large presences on, or else people will not trust you as much. Collaborations and joint ventures with other small business owners or influencers are even more important these days with the social media algorithms as they are. So you should make a list of the top 10, 20 business owners that you take care of. They're trying to build their Facebook pages as well. So you can cross-promote each other's stuff. Or if you go to a nutrition store, you could ask them for an article on how to choose the best organic whole food nutritional supplement, share it with your people, and then ask that person, hey, I've got this great article on 3 things every parent must know about child scoliosis. Could you share this with your people? What do you think he's going to say? Probably yes, because you've helped him. Now, organic content marketing is not going to be enough because the algorithms have an incentive to suppress your information because they make money using paid ads. So again, don't be naive and think you can just do everything with organic, because you can't. Now, getting more news feed visibility, you can tell more stories. Comments are the key on Facebook and other platforms. You can post more frequently, create more engaging content instead of lame and boring stuff. You can review your insights tab on Facebook and other social media. Go live. Run Facebook advertising because it gets your content to way more people. I always promote my best content and recommend other docs do the same. Now, in terms of Facebook and Instagram advertising, you should commit to a monthly budget, a percentage of your gross revenue, 5%, 10%. Again, the average chiro that I work with is spending $1,000 to $4,000 a month on ads, whether it's Google AdWords, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all these channels together, sometimes a lot more depending on the industry. And you got to determine the purpose of the ad. Are you trying to build and brand and awareness? Is it direct response? Are you trying to get a new patient client sale right now, or a new patient, new registration? Are you trying to get more likes, comments, and shares? Are you trying to create goodwill? Because what you determine as your objective will ultimately determine what we strive for. Here's some basic metrics. $1 per less on the engagement. You should strive for cost per click $1.50 or less. Cost per lead under $40 per less. Click-through rate 2% or above. You can test a regular Facebook ad at $10 per day with 4 days maximum, and you should get at least a 5-to-1 return on investment. I mean, 15-to-1 return is achievable with some testing. Cost per new patient acquisition should be under $150, so you don't need to spend $1,000 to figure out if an ad's going to work for you or have another company do it. 80% content, 20% promotion. Here are some quick tips on how to increase your Facebook return on ad spend. Use more casual images. Keep the videos shorter. Relax the grammar. Don't confuse people with professional language. Split test different ad copy lengths. Split test vertical videos versus horizontal videos. The best ads always feel more organic and native, and you can even test out emojis if you want. Some quick examples of content-based videos or service or product demonstrations or case studies, FAQ-style videos, activities of daily living. This is a video from one of my coaching clients, 3 of the best exercises for sciatica, where he did this video and new patients came in because of it, because he was calling out sciatica. There was no offer at all in the video. This is another one of my clients, 6 tips to avoid knee replacement surgery. If you take care of a lot of knee patients, it's a really smart video to make, content-based. So one of my other clients, he had a speaking gig at the Harvard Club of Boston, very prestigious venue. He told his personal story, so we promoted that locally. You could see just massive amounts of video views on all of these, and new patients resulted from that. So extremely powerful if it's done the right way. Cost per video views, 95%. At 95%, you'd want to get 75% or 75 cents or less on that. On the videos, I like to strive for 2 shares for every 10 likes, because if you can get free traffic, that's the holy grail of Facebook, right? Test a video ad, $10 a day for 4 days maximum, and you're going to see what the engagement's going to be and if you wanted to continue to run it. And if it's a new patient generator, you should be getting a 5-to-1 return on investment in the low end. Now, I'm going to mention this. I don't have time to go into all the amazing things that we can do with retargeting custom audiences, but the beautiful thing is, if somebody sees our content once on social media, we can come back around and show them more stuff of ours if you do it the right way. Maybe you've seen my content multiple times over and over. That's not by accident. That's because we have strategic campaigns in place that retarget visitors. So get this in place for yours. And I dial this in very, very effectively with a lot of my private coaching clients. Now, let me ask you this. How much different would your practice be if you had all of these strategies working for you just 6 months ago? Honestly, how much different would it be? How much more visibility would you have garnered in the local community? How much more website traffic would you have? Some of you are not even getting a couple hundred visitors per month on your website. In fact, if you're anything less than 1,000 visitors per month, you have massive amounts of improvement. So you should look at your Google Analytics and see how much traffic you can get. I mean, my top clients are getting 5,000 plus, Chiro clients, by the way, 5,000 plus local visitors per month to their sites, which is pretty good. Now, nationally, internationally, it could be millions and millions. I've worked with a lot of clients getting that type of stuff. So, but understand your metrics, right? Now, how many more new patient referrals from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Google, and YouTube would you have had each month if you would have just implemented this way, way sooner? Probably a lot more. Now, I've encountered any obstacle and challenge you'll face with social media marketing and advertising. I've been doing this for, like I said, my gosh, 18 years. And today I have a very special invitation for you. And I want you to be honest with yourself, though. If you're the type of doc that needs extra accountability or is going to get this information, maybe some of it in place, and it's going to fizzle out in the next week, 2 weeks, or a month, you need extra hand-holding, and I'm here to guide you step by step of the way. This is why I have my private coaching program where we're on Zoom each week. Now, here's what you actually get when I'm working with you, looking over your shoulder. There's 12 private coaching sessions involved with this, and it's on Zoom. The calls are recorded for your convenience. You can have team members on the call as well. So if you have somebody else that's going to be doing the implementation for you, that's fantastic. If not, if you're going to get your hands dirty, and you should for a little bit, that makes sense. What you can track, you can improve. So no more of this blind delegation, getting burned by X agency stuff. That's no way. That's a thing of the past. but plan on about 30 to 40 minutes per session when we're on together in these trainings. I'm going to give you sharp, bite-sized chunks of information, personal step-by-step guidance. I actually help you craft campaigns, so it takes all the guesswork out of it. And I'll critique your online marketing, your SEO, your videos, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok ad campaigns, so you can get them right the first time. Or if we need to make some minor adjustments on stuff that you're already doing, we can make that dramatically more effective. And I'll give you swipe copy, samples, and plug and play campaigns to ensure that you get profitable quick. And you also get, with the coaching, priority and unlimited email access in between our calls together. You also receive one complimentary ticket to our Social Media Revenue Summit, either the one in Las Vegas in March or in Atlanta in August. That comes as a free bonus. That's $11.97 value just based on the ticket. And then you'll also get a complimentary access to my flagship programs like Internet Income Club, my ChatGPT Marketing Secrets, my Business Buying Masterclass that I just hosted, Social Media Elite Practice Growth System. That's been serving the profession for, my gosh, 15 plus years. My real estate investing online courses, and that's way over $2,000 value, in fact. You'll also get opportunities and context, because when you're in my inner circle private coaching wise, you're the first that I'm notifying about different opportunities that are only coming to me, that I only share with my people. You'll also get plenty of members perks in the future. So who is this for? If you need or you want to have your feet held to the fire to ensure things get done, the coaching is for you. If you function better with accountability, that's why I said be honest with yourself. I mean, are you the type of person? I'm the same way. I have accountability partners. I have separate masterminds that I'm part of, because it's easy to let ourselves down sometimes. However, if you have skin in the game, a substantial investment, and you're with people that you respect, you're not going to let them down. Your investment's not going to go to waste. Now, you want an aggressive approach to growing your practice quickly with the newest and most effective social media methods, not what people are talking about that's worked 10 years ago. Now, this is for you if you want to create additional streams of income on top of your practice, and if you want hand-holding by somebody that's done it, if you want a proven step-by-step plan and a roadmap to execute. I give you the low-hanging fruit and do an audit of your practice to see where we go first to make the most profits. And if you want to make sure things actually get done, I could share with you, hundreds of testimonials from clients that I've worked with over the last 15 plus years. I'm very blessed and grateful to have served this profession for so long. It's been very rewarding in many different angles. Dr. Daniel talks about getting 13 new patients in a week when we privately coach together. Rebecca and her husband, Dr. Sean, 97,000 collections in a month from a lot of the strategies that we implemented. Dr. Jeremiah went from 2 to 3 new patients per month online to over 25 per month, just from social media with what I showed him and his team. Dr. Brian Morris, him and his team are absolute rock stars, 35 plus new patients per month for years after we started coaching together, just from using these strategies, him and his wife, Misty. And Dr. Jose, I've trained him launching online programs, 37,000 in just 2 months using social media marketing and the list. Dr. Ryan Ryder, I've trained a lot of coaches and consultants because I've been doing this so long. And thousands of new patients have been generated through all of his clinics through the use of what we showed them. Dr. Vanessa, 22 new patients in 1 month from Facebook before. Dr. Stan was getting 3 to 5 new patients a year from the internet and helped him ramp that up to 3 to 5 new patients a week. Dr. Brad, helped him launch his first Amazon business and made $6,500 in his first month. And that was, again, I don't promise anything because I can't control the work that you do. This all takes work. So if you're going to work and actually do stuff, then we're going to be a great fit together because I'm going to give you the proven methods. Dr. Greg generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue and has more certainty and clarity in the internet space. Dr. Barbara Eaton, a chiropractor and coach, $500,000 in less than a year when I worked with her. And Dr. Sachin Patel, functional medicine, over $1 million generated through the use of social media with what he credits to learning from myself in the program. So here's what the coaching is going to do for you. It's going to give you an aggressive strategic game plan on how to double your practice and or your business using social media. I've helped thousands of docs do it and to multiply their current clients and revenue using social media channels. It's going to provide weekly accountability that keeps you moving forward and gives you a fast track to success. You get feedback from me personally, not from a team member, from me personally, about content that you publish just to make sure that it's done right the first time. And coaching is not about solving problems all the time. It's about creating new growth possibilities in your specific marketing. And I'll help you do this to realize the goals that you know you're capable of achieving. I mean, you might be getting social media squared away right now and it's working effectively, but you know with some subtle tweaks, you can just exponentially multiply. And that's why I'm here. And if you want, I can show you also how to create, launch, and market information products that become sold globally, like courses or apps or ebooks, membership sites, masterminds, physical products, coaching programs. I've sold many millions of dollars over the years, and I'm a chiropractor like you, been in your shoes specifically, so I know the route. I can teach you how to automate the business to create multiple flows of passive income and solidifying you as the authority in your market, show you how to grow a 5-figure per month business with Amazon if that's a route you choose to go, help you achieve top Google rankings to get more organic traffic from the search engines, show you how to buy businesses for passive cash flow and or really, really close to it. The training that I've been working on the last 4 weeks is doing just that. So you'll get free access as a coaching client, and you'll also learn how to become a public relations machine that you couldn't turn off even if you wanted to, and it teaches you a set of skills that pays you for life. This isn't a one-and-done postcard drop like you see in the mail, or whatever. Social media, if the systems are set up correctly, I mean, you'll see the dividends for years and years to come. So what is the investment of us working together? And I'd ask you, what's the average new patient in your office worth to you? Is it 1,000 over the next month, 2 months, or lifetime value? Is it 2,500? Is it 5,000? Just a few new patients, period, or less is going to more than pay for your investment in the coaching. But what's actually the real value of learning a skill set that pays you over and over again for life? And what's the value of getting feedback and being coached by somebody that successfully worked with thousands of doctors? Now, if you've been a client or a subscriber in the past, you've taken action. Key point there, you've likely made tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I've had many docs say, hey, I credit you for millions of dollars with the social media growth strategies that I've shared with you. And this is why I do these webinars, to give you quick wins, is to help you improve your impact, your income, and your influence, is so you can actually create more prosperity and your life. And ultimately, I want to be able to work with you at that next level because I know I can help you generate a lot more. So the investment is just a one-time $7,997. So almost $8,000, $7,997. And I'm going to give you 3 easy payment options as well. So you have choices depending on what works better for you. You can do a one pay of $79.97 today. And if you do the one pay, what I'm going to throw in as a special added bonus, I'm going to throw in an additional coaching call with us. And of course, you can have a member of your team. If you're also ever in Atlanta, in my city, we'll go out to lunch together, have a separate mastermind, brainstorm for a couple hours together on top of all that other stuff. And I'll throw in an extra ticket to our social media revenue summit as well. So those are 3 additional bonuses if you decide to take advantage of the one pay today. Now, you can also do a 2 pay where we do a $39.98.50 one-time payment today, and then in 60 days, we'll do the other half. So we can break it up 60 days installments. And if you want to do either of those, you can just email Anna at info@dcincome.com. That's info@dcincome.com, and let her know ASAP because we have only a few spots. Or you can do $2,500 down today, and then we'll do 3 months of only $1,900. So $2,500 down today, and then an additional 3 monthly installments of $1,900 to make it worth your while there. And here's my guarantee. If you stick with me for 12 sessions coaching-wise, I guarantee that you will grow, and you're going to set records in your practice. You have no choice but to grow because I'm going to get you to think out of the box. We're going to be executing together. I'm going to give you specific tasks. And if by chance we work together for 12 sessions, you put in the work, and you don't see growth, I'll give you your entire investment back. So really the risk is on me. I'm so confident that I can deliver on what I say I can deliver that I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. I don't have a problem doing that at all if you stick with me for the 12 sessions because I know you will grow. And I have 4 spots realistically available for the coaching. I run a mastermind. As I'm recording this right now, we're in Switzerland. I'm here with my family. I do a lot of traveling with my family and boys because the internet and social media has given me a fantastic lifestyle that I teach a lot of chiropractors how to grow and have similar lifestyles. But my time is very, very limited. And once these 4 spots are gone, I expect it's going to be at least a 3-month waiting list for other coaching spots. And traditionally, my private coaching clients recoup their investment within 30 days. We hit the ground running, and I'm giving you the high leverage growth strategies to start. So that's traditionally what has happened. And if you're a previous coaching client, you get first priority and you're going to get a hookup. So make sure you email Anna at info@dcincome.com so you can get all the details about that. Now, here's what to do next. You can click the big yellow add to cart button that you see on the screen. It's either going to be below or to the right. And I'm not looking to build my coaching or the mastermind into the thousands or the hundreds of thousands. I want to work with serious chiropractors that are really committed to their growth. And what's beautiful about coaching is we end up becoming friends because we're very, very similar in many regards if we're going to work together. If you stuck through this webinar, if it resonates with you and we qualify you, it's going to be a very good fit. And we're going to make some magic together. And if you know you're capable of better results, for sure, get it right now. Like I said, you can click that big yellow add to cart button that you see on the screen. And or if you want to take advantage of the 1 pay or the 2 pay, you can email Anna at info@dcincome.com to take advantage of that specifically. And I'll leave you with this quote. It's one of my favorites. Procrastination is a thief that robs the average person of dreams and opportunity. There's just so many docs out there right now, especially this year. It's been a really interesting year from a lot of angles, but they're just holding on. They're procrastinating and they're thinking things are going to do one thing and they're doing another. There's no good economy. There's no bad economy. There's only your economy. You make the decisions. You can control your effort and who you surround yourself with on a regular basis. That's one of the things that I learned a very long time ago. I can control my environment and who I am surrounded with. And if you want to surround yourself with winners and if you make it a priority, you are going to win because that mentality, those actions rub off on you. And if you have me holding your hand, holding you accountable, you're going to see some pretty massive growth. So like I said, email Anna at info@dcincome.com if you want to take advantage of the 1 or 2 pay options, or click the big yellow add to cart button that you see on the screen right now. Let's set records together in 2025. There's massive opportunity, and I wish you nothing but prosperity, freedom, and impact as we move into this bright new year. My name is Dr. Matthew Loop. I'm here to help serve and support you in any way that I can. So let me know if you have any questions. You can throw them down in the chat. Otherwise, click that big yellow add to cart button. Let's work together. Let's hit it hard in this year, and I will talk to you soon. Hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye.